My question, as promised, is why is Bernie actively recruiting people to join the Democratic Party? Now, we've talked about why, and I know some of you don't even agree with me on this, and that's fine, but I've talked about why I think it's important to have somebody on the inside like Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders is playing that role whether he wanted to or not. Whether that's what Bernie realized he had to do or not, I have no idea. I'm not inside the guy's head. But we need somebody inside the machine proposing legislation that forces the Democrats and, of course, the Republicans to stab it in the back. That forces their hand to say, yeah, no, we can't have Medicare for all because our donors don't want that. No, we can't have living wages because our donors don't want that. We can't have free college because our donors don't want that. But we're going to go ahead and vote for this inflated military budget without batting an eye. We need somebody on the inside exposing that, because I think there's still a lot of people out there that want actual populism, that don't realize how rigged the system is, that don't realize how in bed with Wall Street both parties are, that don't realize that you can't just vote blue no matter who anymore. You just can't do it because there's many wolves in sheep's clothing, and the party itself represents that wing of it. The people with the power in the Democratic Party have no interest in progressive policies. In fact, their first priority is stopping progressive policies. Their second priority is making sure that donors are happy. Their third priority is maybe beating a Republican. That's priority number 3. That's why they are the Washington Generals of politics, but at least watching the Washington Generals lose is fun and entertaining. This isn't fun and entertaining. So I understand why we need somebody like a Bernie Sanders peeling the layers off of that. That's the reality. We need somebody inside that machine doing that. Preferably more than one person. However, why simultaneously is Bernie actually trying to recruit people to join the Democratic Party? That I don't have an answer for. I guess he thinks that we can overhaul it. But there's all these things in place to make sure that doesn't happen. Superdelegates, the DCCC, all these things in place. And the Democratic establishment machine is still strong. I mean, on June 5th, where I live here in California, it was a bloodbath for progressives. We got our asses beat. And I know some people love to tie it up and put a bow on it. I don't. We lost big time. Was there some shenanigans? Yes. But can we just blame that solely? No. And I just feel that we'd be better off fighting this thing from other angles, as opposed to trying to join an establishment that, A, doesn't want progressive ideas in it, and is going to do everything. I mean, why enter a party that's working against you as opposed to trying to build a new structure? To me, you know, the former approach just doesn't make any sense at this point. I just don't think there's anything that can really be overhauled. I think Nick Branham makes a good analogy. It's like saying, hey, we're going to take over Walmart. I think that's the case at this point. Now, that being said, are there some people Dem entering that are good candidates that I have voted for and would vote for regardless? Yeah. But I just don't see the approach working. So the question is, why is Bernie recruiting people for the party? And I think he thinks we can take it over. But I don't understand why he feels that way. I just don't see how. So I'll go to the chat, see what you guys are saying, then we'll move on. Dems are dangling nomination and debate access over his head, but they'll cheat him anyway. Well, they're already trying to make sure he can't run. They have that new proposal out there where you have to be a loyal to the party and you have to, be a Democrat for so long and stuff like that. They're already trying to make sure he can't run. Has Bernie spoken about the new rules? That's a good question. I am not sure. I have not heard anything. And Edwin points out, if the recent DNC rule change could block him, he should leave. Yes! Please! I think that should be... A. Mars points out, he knows how many people are still asleep. I think you might be absolutely right. Yeah, I think you're right. But if they're going to really try to take it away from him, where he's not even going to have a chance to run, he's got to go. I mean, yes, that should be the line in the sand right there. He should be like, you know what, Movement for a People's Party, I'm in. What do we have to do? I'm freaking in. I mean, if Bernie Sanders and Nina Turner and Tulsi Gabbard all got together and they said, we're doing something completely new, that would build a lot of momentum. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.